to help them participate in the community on small projects. And and I have some ideas on how to even make that even more simplified without being so structured, but to get it to just be almost like a natural thing. Like Henry was saying, when we do something, just turn around, maybe put it on a blog. You know, like he helped a lady, what was it, helped a lady with...
computer and printer setup.
Yeah, it helped her set up her computer. I mean, just small stuff like that. But those kinds of things, because if we're training these students to go win a contest and we're giving them all this training, there's certainly training that can be utilized in the community. So that's one part of our IT core. The other part is when we're looking at the international aspect. That's been dragging its feet because of funding over the years. But we have some ideas as to how to do that. Again, using technology so that we can get that up and running, and primarily having it come out of Cleveland. So with that, those are my comments to kind of close out what I see this evening. And again, I want to thank everybody for their input. David for driving it, Ken for spending all the time putting this presentation together, and everybody giving your feedback on the conference calls that we've had. I want to personally thank you because going back, just a final note, going back to 1980, when I arrived at Eaton Corporation, and I had come from DC in the chapter that was rocking and rolling in DC, and I popped back into Cleveland, and I want to start this BDPA thing, and here's the first black guy I saw in 19. So here's Ken Wilson, and we went to lunch, and he was excited about it then, and he's still the same excitement as day one when we talked about BDPA. So we've come a long way, and we have a long way to go. But just remember that those to whom something is given, you owe a lot to give back. Okay, so it's the give back that's really the driving part of BDPA. We want to give you something, as we talked about here. We want to give you something, but if you know that our community and our people are typically behind the curve with this stuff, the responsibility for those who are in the business, the responsibility is for us to share that and go help the community so that we can move ahead, both economically and all the other aspects. So any questions before I sit down? Okay, thank you very much.
Sylvia, we've got two visitors here that really don't understand the sites, but I'm sure, or HSCC. Could you kind of explain what's going on there?
The SITES program is for junior high and high school students, and we teach them how to program web pages. We use PHP, and here at John Carroll, we've had a relationship for the past 3 years, and Linda Sider has been an instructor for us for the last 2, but unfortunately won't be an instructor this year because of family commitments. We also have Todd Easler, who was the sites leader when I started 5 years ago. He's still active, he lives in Akron, and Keisha James, who was active with sites years prior as well. So I'm looking for a couple leaders to help out with the educational aspects, but we run from February through June. There's usually a regional competition in June in Cincinnati with the neighboring cities. And nationals is wherever the national conference is, and this year's in Chicago. And what they will do, we teach them not only programming, but how to work on teams, interpersonal relationships. They have to dress somewhat business casual. I don't allow any head rags, male or female. I don't want to see your underwear. I don't want to see your navel, because you can't go to work like that. And I know it's on a Saturday, but I don't get paid to be here, and you don't have to be here. And I tell them that up front. If you don't want to take it seriously, don't come, because there's people here that really want to learn. So we're here from 1 to 4 this year, and then I'll spread it out if we go to national. We actually have room from 12 to 5, so if need be. And what we're going to do this year, we'll have 2 virtual classes and 2 in-class sessions.